As of today, you find yourself standing in the most incredibly remote and deepest part of the entire Minsk experience. It is a hidden corner of the world where very few people ever get the chance to visit or explore. This place right here is what I consider to be my personal nest. I don't really know the best way to describe it, but you could call it a true family nest and so on. My dear parents actually live very close by to this spot. They are located literally just 2 kilometers away through the thick trees of the forest, and that is exactly where my father and mother live their daily lives. I grew up right here, deep within the very heart of this ancient forest. I mean, I spent my entire childhood exploring every corner of these familiar areas, and this place truly means much more to me than just a place where I lived. I suppose I had plenty of valid reasons why I could have left Belarus behind for good. Most of it was related to the significant troubles I had back in 2018, which was the difficult period when I found myself serving time in prison. So, when I take a moment to look back on everything that happened during those years, and then, when that whole complicated situation finally came to an end back in 2020, I was faced with a very difficult choice about what I should do next. Absolutely everyone I knew, all my close friends, all my relatives, and even my professional colleagues, they were all saying the same thing. Dima, you didn't manage to build a successful business here in this country. You really should leave. They told me that with your brains and your incredible energy, you could easily go to almost any other country in the world and build a brand new life or a great business there instead. You are chasing the career of your dreams, a fulfilling life, and everything else you have ever wanted. And 95% of the people who were around me at that specific time in my life told me that it was impossible. There actually weren't that many of them left, because when people suddenly find themselves in a truly bad, incredibly difficult situation, life is just built in that particular way. Those very people who once made solemn promises to stay with you until the very end of your life, swearing to protect you and support you through thick and thin, those are often the first to disappear when things get tough. As for people, very few of them remain today. So, essentially, only my immediate family stayed with me, along with my 2 very loyal and close friends, my 2 supportive brothers, and, well, a few distant relatives I still know, and that's really it. But everyone who called themselves my friends when I had a lot of money back in 2016 and 2017, they all completely vanished from my life. And so, later on in 2020, when I finally faced that difficult choice, honestly, the primary reason I stayed here was because of my parents. I will definitely make sure to introduce you to my wonderful mom and my dear dad in the next few days. They don't speak any English at all, but my mom specifically said to me, I absolutely have to see Brad Barton. I really have to see Brock Barton. She told me, I want to see their incredible energy, I want to feel them, and I truly need to look them right in the eyes. That is just exactly how my mom is. She will be flying back to Belarus very soon, but right now she is staying in Turkey for a while. Right now I am here with my sister, my biological sister. I mean, this is truly what she's been striving for her whole entire life, just to travel. So now she's finally on a big trip, and my dad is at home right now, carefully sharpening knives. He has a very specific hobby. He sharpens a lot of different knives. We'll show you later. He's a hunter, and he's also a fisherman. Well, you'll see it all for yourself a bit later on. So, this place where we are right now, I was once in. Back in 2020, I first got on a bike. At that time, I didn't have a car, I didn't have any ATVs, and I didn't have anything at all. I only had a massive debt of over $500,000 and a huge number of overwhelming problems that had to be solved. I just got on a bike. It was the very first day when my whole situation finally ended, and I rode the bike to this exact spot. And then, 6 years ago, I promised myself right here in this place. I decided that I would build myself a house, and this house, I approached it, of course, from a very serious business perspective, thinking that by building this ambitious madness, yes, I can certainly call it madness, I wanted to eventually break even, to make it pay off in the long run. Well, I mean, I simply had to find a way to get the initial investment money back somehow, and that is exactly when the innovative Neuro Design project was first born. And we really wanted to apply all the possible cutting-edge technologies that were available to us at the time. We had to carefully examine every single technology that already existed in the world, plus develop our own unique solutions in order to visualize all of this and build something that is, let's say, completely non-standard. We wanted to create something that is very, let's say, unusual and that will eventually become, to a significant extent, a true calling card for many different reasons. This will be the very first calling card we produce, naturally, especially if we are talking about the deep importance of building long-term professional relationships. Then I realized I really needed a dedicated place where I could personally invite all my close business partners, dear friends and family members to stay. I wanted to ensure they wouldn't have to deal with staying in a cold hotel when they fly into our country. Instead, they would have a warm home here with us. I truly believe that nothing brings people closer together than the experience of visiting a partner or a longtime friend in their own space. I am absolutely certain that someday soon we will have the wonderful opportunity to meet again, and I will fly over to see you as well, to your home, but likewise, you'll have the opportunity to travel across the world to visit my own home at any time. I think that in about 3 or 4 months, we'll successfully complete this entire chapter of our lives, and then I'll be ready to invite you here once again. I showed you today exactly where you'll be sleeping, so that's regarding our relationships. A great number of people have been asking me lately, why are you building this? Why are you investing such a significant amount of your hard-earned money? And I tell them that I truly believe that the moment will eventually come when I'll be able to fully recoup everything we've put into this startup and this project. It will happen thanks to some visionary guy who is just as crazy and driven as we are, someone like Phil, who is willing to fly in here just to see firsthand what Neuro Design is capable of. With just one single check, we'll be able to close this massive deal and get all the money back. I am absolutely sure I'll do it. I have no doubt at all in my mind anymore. With the contacts and the network we are building right now, with the contacts you've given us, with the contacts Phil is giving us, I have absolutely no doubt about it. We won't just recoup these investments, we'll build so many more houses like this. Yeah, the next house is yours, Brock, because that land you showed me in the US, it's certainly not like these 4 small plots. You really went big there. You'll have a whole state. We'll probably call it Barton State. I don't know. They'll call you Brock there. So, the second reason why I decided to build this place is actually a strategic business reason. It serves as the ultimate calling card and a physical showcase for Neuro Design. And then, the third reason is that I see this as a place where I eventually want to build a stable family life. I mean, I am still not married at the moment. I am currently divorced, so I have a young son with whom I have, well, a bit of a complicated and challenging relationship right now, mostly because he is growing up so fast and he is going through a lot of changes. He's 9 years old now, and sons, when they're up to 10 or 11, they're very much their mama's boys. They're naturally closer to their mom and all that. I think the time will come, at 10 or 11, when he'll start becoming a daddy's boy, and I'll be bringing him out here to this wonderful place. And this is a special place that will allow me to build a much stronger relationship with him. I really love all the heavy machinery and mechanical equipment you see, like the buggies, ATVs, and everything else, and thanks to this, I'll build a much stronger relationship with him, like going deep into the woods. I've prepared a whole challenging track in the woods, you'll see it, yeah, so I had to arrange a lot of things with all the people involved. There are steep hills, and there's even a swamp. We're going to get completely dirty from head to toe, I promise you, during this upcoming weekend. Everything will be absolutely filthy. It's like, you were at the sauna just yesterday, and all that negative energy finally left you. When you get completely covered in mud there, it's an unforgettable feeling. Go ahead and get yourself completely dirty, right up to your ears. That is exactly when the second wave of negative energy will finally leave you. I mean, it is something that is also very, very relaxing. And what I really want to say, Brad and Brock, is that you are the people who truly transformed the entire life and future of our company. Not just mine personally, but all of us here, every single person you see, and everyone you will yet see. I mean, you are going to see many more people. There are actually about 300 of us working here in Belarus. I invited you here today specifically because I wanted to show you absolutely everyone involved, but I have to say, this past year was an incredibly tough, challenging, and demanding time for all of us. It was very difficult, to put it quite simply, and it is truly thanks to you that you helped us get out of such a difficult and trying situation. And it all started exactly not with Phil, it all truly and fundamentally started with you, because at one very critical point you were the one person who truly and deeply believed in me. I honestly don't understand, Brad, how you managed to believe in me, to be perfectly fair with you, because you are the kind of person who always questions and doubts everything you see, and I mean that in a good way. Maybe you just felt deep down that you could really do business with me. Maybe Grisha played a significant role in making that happen. Tolya also helped quite a bit when we all finally got on a call together to discuss things. And from the very moment you said, Dima, I am ready to do this, everything changed for us. Having you join us on board, just as you said, I truly felt that, well, you are probably the exact person who will open those massive and significant gates of opportunity to the United States for us, who will connect us with an incredibly vast and diverse network of people who will be so useful to us and with whom we will be working closely together from that memorable December when we first met in 2025 all the way until the very end. Simply put, what I really mean to say is that our partnership is vital and enduring. In my ideal, let's say, vision of the future, I imagine that Brad already, or rather, not Brad, but Brock will already have gray hair. He'll have aged quite a bit by then. Brad will be quite old himself, and you'll fly across the world to visit me for the 30th or maybe even the 138th time. We'll be sitting together and reminiscing about this, let's say, specific podcast episode after many, many long years have passed. So, what I really want to say to you right now is that, well, I'm building a relationship with you for the exceptionally long-term future. Well, it's absolutely vital and essential. I mean, I don't have some kind of specific timeline from here to the very end. I mean, it's the core principle I set for myself a long time ago, and just without stopping, I'll continue to steadily move forward, and you can definitely rely on me and trust in my commitment. Just as you can count on my entire dedicated team and on all the wonderful people who surround me. I mean, they truly charge me up, and in turn, I charge everyone else up. And we truly live in this kind of wonderful and productive synergy together. What I really want to express to you today is that by inviting you here to visit us in Belarus, I am experiencing just an incredible and deep sense of pleasure because all those sincere promises and heartfelt words I told you back in December, which I truly hoped you would believe at the time, are now finally materializing right before our eyes. I mean, I am absolutely certain you can see for yourself now that every single thing the guys and I were telling you back then is completely and honestly true. And honestly, that is the absolute coolest pleasure and the most rewarding feeling I can possibly get from the work I do every single day. It starts when you first tell people things that they simply can't bring themselves to believe at first because it sounds like something completely unreal or impossible. But then later on, when every detail is finally confirmed, it is incredible seeing those very emotions of the people who go, man, it is actually true. And the best part is that it really is true. It is right there in front of them. Mackerel, and it's true. It's one of those deeply important feelings that really charges me up from the inside. I love proving to people that everything they once thought was impossible is actually completely possible. You just need to have that burning desire within you, a commitment not to give up no matter what, and the drive to keep moving full speed ahead. Therefore, we want to say welcome to our home and welcome to our beautiful country. You are the very people who make this journey worthwhile, and we are so glad you are here with us today.